inconvenient. Here in Missouri, we don't just get hot. We get the kind of heat that smacks you in the face when you open the door, like walking into a sauna that someone forgot to turn off. It's relentless, it's humid, it's dangerous. And as a mom, it's something I have to plan around almost daily. When the summer heat rolls in, it doesn't care if we've got plans. Kids with energy to burn or errands to run, it demands that we adjust our whole way of doing life. And in our family, we especially have to be careful with our sweet Annalyn. Missouri summers aren't just high temps, they come with heavy humidity that makes everything feel worse. Even when the temperature reads 90, the heat index will tell you it feels like 105. We've had days where the weather app literally warns us to stay inside. And when that's happening week after week, it's not just uncomfortable, it's a health risk, especially for the little ones. We've learned that we can't just play it by ear in the summer. We have to be intentional. We look at those hourly forecasts each morning and base our plans around the cooler hours. Sometimes that means letting the kids out super early in the morning, like 8 or 9 a.m., before it gets unbearable. Other times, we wait until the sun starts to go down, and even then, it can still be too much. Now, Annalyn, especially because she is so sensitive to heat, it doesn't take long for her to turn bright red. And if we're not careful, she starts to feel sick. It's like her little body just can't regulate the way some of the others can. We've had a few scary moments, times where she was playing outside, laughing and happy, and then suddenly she's flushed, dizzy, and weak. That's when we knew we had to change the way we approach summer entirely. We keep a close eye on her, not just by watching her skin, but by paying attention to her behavior. If she slows down, gets cranky, or asks for water more than usual, it's time to bring her inside. I usually can really tell how she feels just by the way she acts. I've learned that sunburn and heat exhaustion don't always come with warning signs. Sometimes just sneaks up. And with Annalyn, it's always better to be extra cautious. We keep, sun hats, water bottles, sunscreen close, and it's our summer survival kit. If we're stepping out, you're grabbing one of each. Shade is our best friend. If we're outside, we're under a tree or a porch or a pop up canopy. We've set up like a mini shade zone in our yard just so the kids have options without having to come all the way inside. Water play has become our go to, whether it's the sprinkler, kiddie pool, or just ice buckets with cups and toys. Staying cool is the name of the game. We've even rigged up fans for the airflow outside. It's not glamorous, but it helps. And if it means Annalyn can enjoy 15 minutes of safe outdoor fun, it's worth every extension cord we have to run. When it's too hot, we pivot inside. We've built blanket forts, had movie marathons, done indoor scavenger hunts, and created obstacle courses in the living room. Sometimes we make summer smoothies together: frozen fruit, yogurt, a little juice, and the kids feel like it's a treat, not just a way to cool down. We always have a ton of freezer pops on hand so that the kids can just grab and go. Our arts and crafts bin gets a workout in the summer, painting, stickers, slime, anything that lets the kids stay busy without overheating. We turn the living room into a dance party space. We crank up the music and let the kids burn off the energy in the air conditioning. And we also do that when we clean. Just turn the music up and just go to town and, you know, something to do. We also try to rotate which toys we bring out. Keeping things fresh helps kids stay excited even if they're stuck inside for several days in a row. It's easy to get frustrated when everyone's cooped up, sweating, and cranky. But I've learned to give us all a little more grace during the summer. I keep reminding myself it's okay to slow down. The chores can wait if all we do is survive the heat and keeping everyone safe. That is enough. We've had to lower expectations during the hottest weeks. And man, that's not a failure. That's just being realistic and loving our kids well. Because this last couple weeks, it was scorching here. There's something about a hot day that makes even the calmest child melt down faster. We try to stay ahead of that with water, snacks, and cool down breaks. Jeremy and I tag team when we can. If I've been juggling cranky kids all day inside, he'll take over with the older ones in the evening for a little while. Just some outside time in the shade in the evening, just because, the sun stays up for a while, but it definitely cools down quite a bit at night. We don't always handle summer heat this well. There were years where we pushed too hard, stayed out too long, or didn't take the heat seriously. And that was when we first moved here because, you think you can do it, but it was definitely too hot for what we were doing. Lawn work, yard decorating, flowers, whatever. But after seeing Annalyn's reaction this past summer, the red face, the sick stomach, the tears, we knew we had to get serious about it. Now we plan around the weather. It's like a major event because in a family our size, it is a major event. It's also taught our older kids to be more aware. They help look out for the littler ones. They'll bring them water or remind them to sit in the shade or come in for a little bit. It's created a family culture of care. We watch out for each other. That's something I'm really, really proud of. Annalyn doesn't like being told she can't go outside. She's playful, curious, and wants to do everything her siblings are doing. So we've made it a point to create special cool down time for her, like a popsicle on the porch, a bubble bath with cool water, or a book and cuddle time in front of the fan watching some of her favorite cartoons. She's come to understand that her body needs extra care, but we try not to make it feel like a punishment. I usually make Torin come in as well and just sit with her. We all just sit down and relax. It breaks my heart when she watches from the window while the others play, but it makes me smile when one of her siblings comes inside just to be with her. That's the kind of love that gets built when a family adapts together. Even with all the limitations, we still have summer fun. We just do it smarter and safer. Nighttime flashlight tag is one of our favorites. Ice cream runs after dinner. Movies projected in the backyard after the sun goes down. That's our summer magic. We found that memories aren't about being busy every second. They're about the little traditions that we create as a family. A hot summer day turns into a memory when all end up on the floor laughing over board games and sharing snacks. The heat may change our schedule, but it doesn't take away our joy. We've learned to find joy around it. We teach our kids the signs of heat exhaustion: dizziness, nausea, headaches, chills, and we don't take any of it lightly. We keep a close eye on the thermometer to check the heat index before anyone steps outside. There's always ice water, and the rule is make sure if you're spending time outside, everyone drinks before they can complain of thirst. We always stay up to date on weather alerts. If there's a heat advisory, we treat it just like it's a storm warning. No outside chores, no long walks, no pushing the limits. I'm going to give you some tips for you families out there with kids and yourselves. If you've got kids sensitive to heat like Annalyn, you're not alone. Start by tracking their heat response. Know their limits. Keep indoor activities ready to go. Boredom breeds frustration, especially when it's too hot to be active. Prep snacks that cool from the inside out, which are watermelon, frozen grapes, cold yogurt tubes. Consider misting, fan, or cooling towel. They're small investments that make a big difference. And don't forget to take care of yourself too. Moms and dads get overheated just like the kids. Summer is a season of extremes, and it reminds me just how resilient kids can be when we create a supportive environment. It also reminds me how delicate they can be too, how much they rely on us to protect them from what they can't see or feel yet. Watching Annalyn has made me more compassionate, not just towards her, but towards all of my kids. It's easy to think they'll be fine, but what if they're not? I'd rather overprotect than underestimate the danger. It's not about fear, it's about love. Loving enough to say no, loving enough to adapt. One of the unexpected blessings of this heat is how it's brought us together. We've learned to be creative, flexible, and grateful. The kids now understand that every summer day isn't guaranteed. So, when we get a cooler evening or a cloudy day, it feels like a celebration to us. They look out for each other more. They pause and check in. And that's what being a family is about. We're not perfect, but we try. And that effort means the world, especially for kids like Annalyn. It's not about avoiding the heat completely. It's about showing our kids how to live with it while still protecting the people we love. If you're a parent dealing with summer heat, especially with little ones or kids with sensitivities, just know I see you. It's exhausting sometimes, but it matters. Every extra step you take is worth it. I hope today's episode gives you some comfort, some tips, and maybe even a little encouragement. Summer isn't always sunshine and smiles. Sometimes it's sweat, meltdowns, and backup plans. But there's a beauty in the mess, and there's strength in the way we show up for our kids. Thank you for spending time with me on We Are the Hansons. Sharing our story helps me reflect, and I hope it helps you feel a little more connected. We'll keep navigating the heat wave, one icy popsicle and shady tree at a time. And if you've got any tips or ideas, I'd love to hear them. You can send me a message on our We Are the Hansons Facebook page, or you can send me an email on our We Are the Hansons show@gmail.com. Get on over to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Don't forget to give your kids a little extra water, a little extra patience, and a lot of love today. Make those memories, even if they're made in front of a fan in your living room, they still count. Until next time, stay cool, stay safe, and remember, we're all in this together.